Good afternoon, family. It is your girl, Bad Aunt BB, and I'm here to tell you what your mama never told you. And today's topic is the 4th of July. It is July 4th, 2021, and this is a controversial day because this is the first year we've ever celebrated Juneteenth as a federal holiday, and that was a monumental victory of sorts for Black America. And now, a month later, here comes the 4th of July, which is traditionally the day the Declaration of Independence was signed in the United States of America, although Black people were enslaved in 1774. So a lot of my fellow Black Americans they've been feeling some type of way, even though this was something that they probably grew up celebrating. They feel some type of way as if we should not celebrate it. And I don't agree with that logic. And hear me out. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You're free to leave yours in the comments below. But I believe that Black people being the pivotal backbone of this country in terms of building it with our free labor, forceful free labor that helped build this country, that helped boost the majority's generational wealth, while ours is very low right now. I believe that if anybody deserves to celebrate this holiday, it is Black America. And I believe by continually separating ourselves from America as Black people, we lose ownership of that. And we have to decide, do we want separation or do we want integration? We are constantly lobbying for equality and for our piece of the pie. But by maintaining our citizenship in such country while disowning the culture of such country, I believe that it's not possible to do both. I believe that it's asinine, that we're saying we want one thing and we're doing another. Being a Black American is something that we need to take a lot more pride of, because, and hear me out, I might sound completely rebellious, but by not taking pride in this country that our ancestors have struggled to build and thrived in, because a lot of people did not make it when colonists landed in this country. You can talk to the 95% of Native Americans who got their entire tribes of people wiped out. They're fighting for territory on land that was there before colonists here. So if anybody got reason, I completely understand. You know, we all have our reasons for whatever we want, but this is just my opinion piece on it. For us not to claim ownership and take pride in being a culture of people who, despite being forced here under inhumane conditions, fighting for the right to be considered humans in this country, and yet still thriving here, because we're not just surviving. There is Black excellence, Black American excellence here for real. And what systematic oppression has done a great job of is diminishing our culture over the years. When you think about Black African culture from Africa, they identify themselves by their nationality and by their tribes. West Indians, they identify themselves, and I'm West Indian blooded as well, by their nationalities. And Black Americans, we are basically shoved in a corner of all the Black world, all the African race, as a people who don't have a culture. We're just Black. We're shoved into a culture. Mind you, Black is a very strong color. very strong color, made of everything. It overshadows everything else. Black. Black is very symbolic, by the way, but the fact is, we have been made as Black Americans to feel that we are just black, when we are just a culture of people who, despite so many obscenities and humane injustices, we still keep surviving. We still keep making a way. And our culture, although we are through systematic oppression made to feel as if we don't have a culture, when our culture is, quite frankly, one of the most appropriated cultures in the world. I'm willing to argue it. On every part of the planet, people want to be Black American. They want to take some lingo. They want to take some culture from Black American. We have been so forced as Black Americans to feel like we are belittled. And by constantly not claiming ownership of ourselves and as a culture, which would be American, here of the soil, I cannot track myself to my tribe. In Africa, I cannot track myself past an island. You know, we have to be proud of who we are. And the bottom line to me is, I don't believe that we can truly love ourselves and grow as a culture I don't believe anybody can truly love themselves while hating things that shaped us, because slavery was an awful thing. It was a god-awful thing. It was an inhumane thing, and I do believe it's something that people will deal with karmically. But those obscenities and being a child who has been a descendant and survived such of those things, I like to think that my ancestors didn't give up their life just off themselves, dealing with all the craziness they had to deal with, because they saw that there was going to be a better day for me and mine, and that their legacy would live on and be greater someday. And someday we would be free. And today, on July 4th, 2021, this is a day that we do have a freedom that our ancestors never could. And we deserve to celebrate that, because they deserve to celebrate that. We deserve to finally get a piece of pie and claim that piece of the pie, despite other people trying to shame us, because it's systematic, making us feel as if we're less than. We're not American. We're not this. We're just people shoved in a corner who were, descendants of slaves, but they want a piece of us in every way. It makes no sense. I feel like we deserve to celebrate this holiday. I feel like once we claim ownership of this land and we take this land as our land, instead of just, we just live here, we don't really get respected like everybody else and this and that. Once we take that pride in ourselves, and that pride conveys itself into our communities and the things that we do, then we will see our shift here in this country, which I feel like we deserve. I feel like I'm an American. I claim America, and I'm going to get my piece of the pie so long as I'm here. Because also, I know it's plenty of other places that I could go. I'm not a slave. We can leave and go wherever we want to go and not be here. And we can be proud to be something else. We can be proud Ghanaians, proud Liberians, proud South Africans, proud Islanders, and we'll be welcomed with open arms. But if it makes no sense to be here in this land as if we're stuck and enslaved here, and then not take any pride. I come from all of our proud civil rights leaders were proud. They gave people hope and held their heads up high, and I think that's what we got to do in order for us to get to where we need to be as Black people and excel, get our wealth better, get our health better, get our communities better, get our families better, and ultimately make a shift and make a dent in history, because we deserve it. So that's my little opinion piece on why I'm a proud Black American, and I will be celebrating the 4th of July with the rest of America, because I deserve it. All these holidays, my holidays. wouldn't be no holidays without me. That's how I feel. Okay? I hope you feel that way about yourself. And if you don't, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel below. Brittany, are you tweaking? Are you too this and that? Am I too far left? Am I too far right? I welcome everything. But all in all, if you're celebrating the day or not, I hope you have a blessed day. I'm going to catch y'all later. I'm about to go have a good time with my family.